Welcome everybody, this is Pansaso Methodologies. I haven't been on for a while. I've been having all these crazy ideas about topics to discuss, but then I don't have time to actually put them online or record them. But there was this one idea that I've been thinking over the past few months. I've been actually been more serious and intentional about online dating, and last semester I was also teaching some classes, and sort of somehow both of them, it got me doing a lot of thinking in terms of what I call the Tinderization of love and Tinderization of just the job market or any kind of job market, because I think it's not just sort of academics. I'm a graduate student, so it just doesn't affect academics, but affects everybody. And so, meanwhile, I've been doing this online dating. There was an article that came out on Vanity Fair about Tinder and the fact that it really is just a site where just men, sort of pick out girls, and women, sort of younger women, usually women in their early 20s, just beginning to become women and just finding their own voice, are going to these online, dating websites. But the expectation is that a lot of times what the men want in these dating websites is, to have sex, to have just casual sex, and that's it. So it makes it really difficult to actually sustain a relationship with people, because if a man or even a woman, and it's not to say that women don't want sex and don't want to enjoy pleasure, sexual pleasure, but it's the fact that there's a really huge imbalance in terms of who picks out who, and the things that sort of younger women have to do with. But then unfortunately it sort of has spread out, over the larger sort of population, because I've been doing some online, and I haven't been on Tinder because it has this reputation of being a website for, just casual sex, but I've been in other ones. But it seems to me that, even my own experience, being older, not in my 20s, is the expectation is, yeah, it's just casual sex. That is sort of, it seems like the expectation. So sort of this, I call it this Tinderization of sex. So it makes it actually much more harder to have a sustainable relationship, to have something that you can build in intimacy, but also have, enjoy sexual pleasure with your partner. Um, and it got me thinking just about that. But then overall in our economy, and I worked as, a part time adjunct at a Cal State, which I really loved. I loved the administration, I loved the professors, the faculty that I work with. I loved everybody I work with. But I was really disappointed by my paycheck. And there's been some numerous articles about the fact that, um, why pay a faculty member $60,000, like a living, not a living wage, but a middle class wage, when you can actually get an adjunct and just pay him $3,000 for one class over a semester. Why do that? And to me, it got me thinking the same thing about sort of this Tenderization of love. Why sustain a relationship with somebody, build intimacy, enjoy sexual pleasure with a partner for a longer period, hopefully a life partner or a short-term partner, when you can have sex be much more easily available. And the first thing that you actually ask of people is, do you want to have casual sex versus, let's go out for coffee, let's go out for dinner. And the thing that got me thinking about this is, if you are out in the street, you don't get some random guy asking you, hey, do you want to have sex? It's just like abnormal. But somehow this online social media world has made it easier for men, and maybe perhaps women, to say things that, you wouldn't normally say in a real world environment. And I felt it's the same for the job market, any job market, because I've been doing a lot of part time jobs, over the past 3 years. And it seems to me like, why pay somebody a living wage when you can have somebody do it for less? They're asking, huge amounts of qualifications for employees, and all they want to do is pay you $12 an hour, or $9 an hour, or $10 an hour. And it's the same with adjuncts. All they want to do is pay you $3,000 or $4,000 for class, which is very little, which comes out to maybe $600 or $700 a month for one whole class that you're managing. Why pay somebody real wages? Why pay middle class wages when you can pay somebody less? Why give somebody love, real intimacy, build trust, have a sustainable relationship when it's easily and casually available? And when that becomes the expectation, then everybody sort of kind of follows through this expectation. And so those are the things that I've been thinking about. And I hope that all of us, as men and women, whether it's in the job market or in the love market, that we start putting out and actually start valuing our services, as employees, as people that, do good work, but also in terms of love, to start valuing who we are, to start seeing us as special individual creatures in this world that, need more, that want more, and have a right, have a necessity for more without having to just kind of like put out more. Then why would you do that, you know?